Welcome to Atlanta Brick Company. How many employees are here at the shop?
There are, let's see, 1, 2, not including Chris, there's about 5 full-time employees.
Okay.
There's an army of part-time. My wife actually is an employee who disassembles sets at home. So on her free time, she'll watch TV and just disassemble.
Okay.
Just disassemble and put them into bags. So counting all those people.
My wife would do that.
Yeah, it's great. And then you earn a little bit of money or store credit if you want for doing that. So my wife is considered an employee. As far as total employees, because we do employ a lot of teenagers who are just here on summer break and stuff like that, maybe 20 of those plus the 5 full-time.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's an army.
It is. And you need an army to process as much stuff as we take in. You have to have an army. And we still get backed up.
I brought up employees. One of your employees, I'm sure everybody knows who he is. That's Mark. So,
that guy? Who's that guy?
You know,
What? Is he famous or something?
Well,
Has he been on TV?
I think he's been on TV a few times, you know.
Did he win anything?
He may have won, you know. He probably has a big head, you know.
No, he's actually awesome.
He really is. He is super down to earth. Hats off. I mean, you couldn't ask for a nicer, friendlier guy. Justin's great too, so don't let me.
We just met. I didn't pay him to say that.
So, hats off to Mark. But we were talking to Mark last night and talking about the Lego Masters. And I discovered a little bit of insight that I was totally just flabbergasted by. I thought Lego supplied the show. Could you tell me a little bit of that on what happened?
So Lego, you know, they have to pay the license for the name, Lego. They have to support it. They're executive producer in a sense. The company is. They supply a lot. All the bricks you saw on the TV, they supply that. But Fox owns it. Brad Pitt's production company is a part owner in it. Okay. So, but it's licensed by Lego. What Lego supplies are all the bricks you see, but because it was filmed in Georgia and in Hiram, Georgia, which it's not Atlanta. They said it was in Atlanta. It's not. It's not. A weird suburb, hour away from here, just off in the boonies. There's a movie studio there, just a gated movie studio with 2 buildings. They relied heavily on us to supply a lot of stuff. They ran out of Technic axles. Okay. They didn't have the minifigures. So all the minifigures created, I would, if not 100%, then like 95% of the minifigures for the contestants were from here. We made them. Angie, one of the full-time people that works mostly in the back and is in charge of processing, she worked for them for those 2 months that they employed her. So we missed her greatly, but she was doing that. She was here for 9.5 hours with a producer making those minifigures. The hanging brick challenge. They didn't have the Technic pieces for that. They came to us. They wanted them in, I think, yellow. Were they yellow?
I believe
and they didn't have yellow. So they had to come to us. We had them. So that's why we have the signed Will Arnett poster, because Angie went to him after the show, was all wrapped and over. She asked him. We have Amy's signature. Okay. We had Jamie's signature on some sets that they created, that they built. They tapped into us. I actually was employed as a challenge tester. So I worked behind the scenes and tested some of the challenges that the contestants were then going to go on. Mark had no idea we were working there. He never saw us. We were separated. You know, they were like quarantined in their own little area because of COVID and everything else. But Angie and I were off in the other warehouse making stuff and building. The building you saw shake apart in the shaking challenge, Angie and I built that. Here's a secret. Some of it was glued so it would fall in that way. Yeah, they relied on us heavily for that. Did I answer your question? I went on a tangent.
I think you did. All the props in the opening scene and in the warehouse, any of that created by you guys?
They have their own art department. Okay. And they have a Lego huge fan working for that. They also employed, have you seen, I forget his name, and I'm so sorry I forgot your name, but that Lego artist that made the famous thing you see online where it's the bust, they hired him to do, I think his studio's in California or maybe Midwest somewhere, but they hired him to do some of those large things.
Okay.
Like, I think the animal builds were all his studio and some of the other things. As far as building anything else, they didn't rely on us for any of that other than me and Angie building stuff while employed by the Lego Masters. They did get a lot of sets from us. When they panned over those modulars, those were all ours. And they bought them from us. We were out of modulars for a long time. We didn't have any. All the lights used in that final challenge, they were all from us. They cleaned us out. They bought motors, because some of those motors are hard to find. They bought a lot of those motors from us. So they were a great customer. We'd love to have them again. And with Angie there again, I believe they're going to probably tap into us a lot again this year. Because it's filmed in that studio in Hiram again. They like it here better. There's better tax breaks. They left all the Lego here. It's in a warehouse near the old Brave Stadium, near a movie studio warehouse over there. So they left all the Lego here. They
were ready to go.
Yeah, they didn't want to. The producer told Angie, I don't want to ship it back to California. It's too expensive. So everything's here. We actually have someone who worked on the movie studio. I don't know who. It wasn't us. We didn't have access to it. Someone who worked in the art department. The big crest for the night, the castle challenge, they brought that in and traded it into us. So we have that from Lego Masters. It's actually hanging above that door.
Okay.
I'll show it to you when we get out. But that is from the show.
How many pieces do you think they had on hand to build with?
They said in the first episode, so I don't want to say it wrong. I think it was like, I'm going to say it wrong. It's like 30,000, and I think they went to 100,000 or something. Will Arnett has that joke in the first episode. It's bigger, it's brickier. So they say it. It's mostly basic bricks. And that's what a lot of people, I think, don't realize about that show. You might see that and it's like, why is that so blocky? Or I could do that. I've done that same technique with this, this, and this. The bricks provided for that show are the basic bricks. If you're used to working with a bunch of ball joints or snots or those new plated snots, they don't have those. You have to build, you have to learn to build in a larger style and create shapes with a lot of basic stuff. They had some of the ball joints, they didn't have a lot of them. I remember Mark mentioning, because again, if I could do another plug, on our podcast, we actually reviewed every episode of Lego Masters, not knowing that Mark won. He sat on those reviews with us and not knowing he won. So he had to like keep quiet and do that, but he told us on the challenge with the wearable items, the hat, they would fight over the ball joints because there was such a limited supply and people wanted them for the necklaces and the stuff. So there are not a lot of super specific. It's a lot of basic bricks. So if you want to be on the show, get used to building with basic stuff and in large scales. Mark and Steven are both super, super cool. But you saw it a little bit on the show when they get tired, and that's the other part about the show. Those contestants are drained. The turnover, they would go to their hotel at 11 o'clock at night and have a 6 a.m. call, not having dinner. So they'd have to eat, shower, do whatever, get ready for bed, and then get up right. Those contestants, especially at the end, are exhausted.
Oh, wow.
So it is as much a contest of stamina as it is building. And that's another thing a lot of people don't realize that I learned from Mark. But yeah, Mark and Steven are such cool guys. Steven works on the weekends, Mark works on during the week. If I have a question, he's never belittling. It's like, how do you do this? I can't make it go. He's always so nice. He'll sit down with you and explain, oh, this is how I would do it. He's always willing to give advice. A lot of our mocks that we have in our city currently, Mark and Steven Erickson designed mocks that you can buy from us. So they're in a modular style, in a smaller scale modular style. We'll look at that in our little Lego city.
That's awesome, yeah.
About half of them are Angie's, half of them are Mark's.
I tell you what, we'll head out to the shop and we'll do a tour. But before we do that, I want you to plug Atlanta Brick Company. Okay, we are on Instagram, of course, YouTube. Check us out, Atlanta Brick Co. TV. Our most popular videos are the hauls, and every Tuesday and Friday at 3 p.m. we do a live just tour through the store. Just go through, talk to people. What do you want to see? Do you want to
ask me a question about this. Do we have this? Did this come in? Every Tuesday and Friday at 3 p.m. we do the store tour. We have videos that come out Tuesday that are just whatever. They could be set reviews. They could be interesting little funny videos. When we got 1,000 subscribers, we did a rap video about Lego.
There you go.
So check that out. Friday videos are always our vodcast, our video podcasts, which are available as regular audio podcasts if you want to just listen to our golden voices. It's available on all the podcasty things. All your podcasts. Get it from us. It's called Between the Studs. And we cover everything. We have an advantage here.
Right.
That because we are so big and we're getting more famous, that we have access to certain things. We did a whole interview with an ex-Lego store manager from the Birmingham store.
Okay.
And he was able to give us all the juicy bits about what they get, some of their things, that the behind-the-scenes stuff, how working in a Lego store works and stuff. So we did one about that. I mean, check us out. It's awesome. And then Mark and Steven are on a bunch of those podcasts as well. Our store is open 7 days a week, Monday through Saturday from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m., Sunday from noon to 6. And we only close like the major holidays, like Thanksgiving, Christmas. That's about it. So we're always open. We ship online every day. Our employees are adding more and more of our inventory online. Most of our minifigs are online now. Almost all of the sealed sets, though we have an enormous haul coming in. But we'll get to that, getting those online. If you want something and you don't see it on our website, call us, contact us, send a raven, throw a paper airplane as hard as you can. We want to get Lego into your hands. Just because you don't see it online doesn't mean we don't have it. We will ship it to you. Standard shipping rates apply. Is there anything I'm missing? We have t-shirts.
There's t-shirts.
We will print our own t-shirts. We have a direct-to-fabric printing machine that goes, it's not the screen printing like these old style. We have all sorts of crazy t-shirts. And if you want something specific that we don't have, send us the PNG and we'll make it for you. So we offer everything. There really isn't, if I am to be a little egotistical, there isn't a store like us. There's a store like us, but there's no stores like us.
Now, I beg to differ. No, I can't.
No, you can't.
There isn't a store like this, hands down.
Yeah.
This is the cream of the crop right here.
Yeah, we've got so much stuff. So that's my plugs. Check us out, Atlanta Brick Co. TV on YouTube, atlbrick.com.
And they are awesome videos. The last one that I saw was, I think it was maybe you building a ship or something. And Mark and Steven had to come in and bail you out, something like that.
There was a whole video that we actually got commissioned to make the video. We were paid to make a video for a school's art day.
Right.
And so it was all about how Lego is art. It was for elementary schools, so we added a lot of like silly characters. It's a
great video.
But it has Mark and Steven talking about how Lego is art and some of the elements that they use. So there's serious parts to it too, but everything we do here, we try to make it fun and entertaining. It's not just a commercial for the store. We want to engage with the audience. We want to make it fun and entertaining and get you excited for it. A lot of our videos dive into the history of the product and where it's going, our speculations on what might be coming out. So it's not just set reviews. There's a million people that do set reviews better than me. I'm not going to do just a set review. It's always got a different twist to it. Like it's going to talk about the history. It's going to talk about, have a silly skit involved in it or something. And to bring the point home, it's like, this is Lego. This is why it's awesome.
And this is why we're here.
This is why we're here. To build. To create.
And to explore.
Explore. Let's go.
Let's go explore.
Let's go explore right now. Come on.